Trevor, I think last time we spoke on camera it was April. A bid to involve themselves in the club had fallen through. Nobody quite knew what the future held. We're now at the start of August and a very new look and exciting Wycombe Wanderers.
Yeah, I mean, people say everything happens for a reason, and certainly that was a very dark time because we put a lot of effort in and we thought that we really had things sorted. But they decided to pull out. We reviewed, we did a lot of work, we talked to a lot of people, and we finally settled on Rob Couhig as the man we felt to join us on the journey. And so far, all the signs are that decision was absolutely right.
Much like a new girlfriend, you never really know about them until you're living with them and they're in the building. What are your first impressions?
Very fragrant. They're just a delight to deal with, I think is the best way to do it. I talk to Rob a lot in New Orleans. If there are any issues, we just sort it out between us and it's fine. He's coming over for the game obviously on Saturday and we'll have face-to-face meetings. And then Pete and Mark have just come in and revolutionised the place. And it's great because a lot of the time we knew what we wanted to do, we just didn't have the resource to do it. And that has changed. And the level of enthusiasm is superb. And the signs are very promising. But as I'm saying to everybody, at the moment, it's early days. So yes, it's brilliant, but we just need to keep things on a level footing and work together to make sure that things continue to improve.
Some of the changes have been tangible, a ticketing system, Rebellion beer at long last at Evans Park, and some other material things, but also there's a character, there's an atmosphere around the place and a real buzz when you're in the offices, at the training ground and hopefully on the terraces on Saturday as well.
Absolutely, and a lot that's down to Pete particularly. His enthusiasm is infectious, and it's working right the way through the club. And it's just so great to be feeling positive and thinking about the future as opposed to looking over our shoulder wondering what's going to happen.
On the playing side, 8 new faces through the door so far, a fantastic summer of recruitment. Is it right in saying the budget has been restored to what it was last year, and certainly how impressed have you been with the way that Gareth has been able to spend that money?
I think that's the point. We're not spending an awful lot more than we were last year, if any. But it's just really the quality of player we've managed to get. The fact that I think the players realise that we're at the start of something potentially exciting, so we're an attractive club to come to. And then you've got the dream ticket of Gareth Ainsworth and Richard Dobson, and they are the two main reasons these guys come here. Their reputation is known throughout football. They're known to develop players. They know that they work closely with players. And if you ask them, what is the real reason you came to Wycombe, the answer will be Gareth and Dobbo. And I think that's just, we are so lucky to have those guys. They're an integral part of the team, and we're really excited for the future.
A very exciting match day in shape. There obviously could be changes between now and Saturday in terms of Bolton Wanderers, but as chairman of Wycombe Wanderers, looking at the plight that Bolton have had, what are your feelings towards the people that are involved there and having to go through this turmoil that they're suffering?
I think my overall reaction is there, but for the grace of God, because we could have been in a similar situation. So I think my view is that we did something about it. So we've been positive, but the supporters of Bury and Bolton, you just really feel for them. People work hard during the week for their football fix, and not knowing what's going on is not good. And it also says something about the whole structure of football in terms of the amount of money at the top. Gareth Bale was rumoured to be going to China for £1 million a week. That keeps us going for a year. And that just can't be right. It really can't. So there has to be a long look in terms of the structure of football. The lower leagues develop great players for the Premier League and Championship, and if the lower leagues are allowed to fail, then that will all disappear. So it's about the whole structure of football that we need to be talking about. And I've spoken to people at the EFL, and there's a general recognition that this has to be addressed, but it has to be done in conjunction with the Premier League where the money is.
So we'll finish on a high note, rock on 3 o'clock Saturday.
Absolutely. And rock on 16th place or higher.